But first, I want to show you a different way of getting data in and out. Okay, and what do I have in my data here? So if I want to save that data frame, I'll just save it here. Okay, so I'm going to say data frame to CSV, and then I'm going to give it a path that points to my data folder here. And it's called test CSV. So when I run that, now I have a CSV file that's saved. So I can save data and I can load data. So getting data in and out of Pandas is pretty amazingly easy. Panda understands all of these formats and more. So CSV, Excel, Parquet, HTML, I can give it a web page and it can understand a table and read that in. HTF5, JSON, GBQ, I can go to straight from a SQL server. And the cool thing about these is that it uses the same syntax for each thing. So I'm gonna say read CSV and give it the file name, and it will read it into the data set. And then when I'm ready to save it, I'm just gonna say to CSV or to Excel or to HTML, and I can save that data extremely easily. I mean, watch. All I have to change here is HTML. And then when I create that, why is it doing it for me? Oh, there it is. Okay, and so there's my HTML table. It doesn't look very nice, but I could then put this in any web page. I could send it in an email, and it would be properly formatted. So to HTML is really nice. And what I can do then is, if I want to read from a CSV, let's just get new df equals panda dot read CSV, and we'll go people.csv, and that whole thing should be a string. There we go. Okay. So now let's print that new df. Okay, so there's the new one. Now you can see here that it read the old index that was saved. So I have an extra thing here, and I don't really want that. Okay, so one thing I can do is I can clean that out. Name, age, city. Okay, so I just did a self-assignment. I replaced what's there with, I just said, give me only those 3 columns, and then reprint it. So I cleaned out that old one. I can print it before and after so we can see the difference. Okay, so that first one has the unnamed column, name, age, and city. And so I just got rid of that because that's garbage information. But you can see it's really easy to manipulate this. So if I wanted to just say names as a series, names equals new df name Okay, so now I can just print only the names if I want to. So it allows me to start manipulating and playing around with that data quite easily. There we go. Just back to the normal stuff. And I can then save it out. I can do things with it. I'm already pretty powerful just in terms of reading and writing. So if I have a data set that looks like this, for example, and this is taken from this link here in Canvas will take you to this massive repository of sample data. This data set is actually from like the 2012 census, but it's data that represents career and employment outcomes for graduates, for college graduates based on major. So it has each major, and it has them grouped into categories, and it has a total number of graduates, and it shows you how many are employed full-time year-round, how many are unemployed. It has the unemployment rate, it has a median income, a 25th percentile income, and the 75th percentile. What that means is that 75% of the people who are working in that line of work make less than that. So that's what that means. So the median is what is the person, if you ranked everybody who graduated and you had their incomes ranked, what does the middle person make? So 50,000 is the middle, 34,000 is the 25th percentile. And it gives you an idea of how much people make. If you just take that median income figure, it allows you to sort of see like what's the best college major in terms of financial outcomes? What's the best college major in terms of employment opportunities? How many people are majoring in these things? And so we have 173 rows of data. That seems like a big data set, but it's actually not that much. So when we want to subset data, and I just spotted my own, when you want to subset data, if you want to do columns like this, you double bracket it because this is essentially a tuple that comes in. It's not a tuple, but it's a list that's a single parameter. Okay, so we're getting the columns. So if I want to select just columns, I can do that. I can select only certain rows based on a criteria. So if I only wanted to analyze people whose age is greater than 35, then I could scoot that into, and these become a new data frame with just that data. So each time I do this, I subset that data, it becomes a new data frame, and I can do everything I wanted to with the old data frame with the new one.